Stop it.
How was the exam?
It was okay.
You seem a little bit off. It doesn't sound okay.
It's okay. It's been a long day. What are we getting for food?
I thought we could just go to like CR and see what they have, but do you want to talk about why it's so long?
I don't know. There's like hearing some voices. So, what did you want to get to eat?
I kind of feel like we should talk about this more. You seem like you're like jumping around.
No, I'm okay. I just feel like there's people like following me, even though I don't know.
You know, I know someone who kind of had similar thing. They also thought they were hearing things and felt a little paranoid. And she ended up going to a doctor, and that kind of helped her feel a little better about it. Maybe we could go.
That would be maybe I should.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea.
Hi, TJ. How are you? I'm Dr. Ferris. It's nice to meet you.
I'm doing okay. Yeah, I just came in here because I got referred from a friend, and yeah, I just wanted to get like a psych eval or something.
Absolutely. Do you want to talk to me a little bit about what's been going on, what you've been experiencing, that sort of
Yeah,
thing?
definitely. Sometimes I'll get these voices in my head, and I know it's not from people that are actually around me because it happens to me when I'm all alone. And sometimes I feel like I have to lock all my doors because I feel like there's people that might be following me or trying to attack me. And then, yeah, sometimes like it's gotten so bad that I've been struggling in school and like haven't even being able to go out with my friends a lot of the time. And so yeah, I just stay home and have a lot of voices and a lot of paranoia.
Well, I'm sorry you've been going through that. Fortunately, this is not something that you're the only person to experience. Although this isn't an official diagnosis, we'd have to do more in-depth psych eval. It does sound like you are suffering from schizophrenia. It's a psychotic disorder, which sounds bad, but it does affect 1% of the population. It can alter symptoms with your thought and memory, your speech, and your motor control and behavior. And from what you've been describing to me, it sounds like your behavior is what has been the most impacted. So it also is a thought disorder, so it will mess with your like logical arrangement of your thoughts, and you will jump from a plausible conclusion to something that may seem irrational, but you will believe it in your head, and also you may have trouble focusing on one topic to another. Does this sound along the
Yeah,
lines of
definitely. That's one of the reasons why I've been struggling in school is just because with all this other stuff going on, it's so hard for me to focus on my classes and my work. And yeah, recently I just haven't even been going to school. It's
That's
been
totally
unfortunate,
understandable. I'm going to read off a couple other things that you might be experiencing, and you let me know if these have been affecting you. It's going to be like short list. So you might have been experiencing reduced emotional like responses or speech, a lack of initiative. Like you said, it's been hard to go to school, and you said social withdrawal. So
Yeah.
those are definitely things you've been going through. Would you say that problem solving and abstract thinking is something that has been affected as far as like maybe math problems or looking at art pieces, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I just have trouble focusing on one thing for too long, and then I get distracted by like the voices and I guess some delusions that I've been having, and it's hard to like differentiate what's real and what's not. But yeah, it's quite difficult that way. So.
Yeah, for sure. And well, the good news is you're in good hands. We are going to look a little bit deeper into this and figure out what we can do to get you some help.
Awesome.
Hi, TJ. So we're the specialists that Dr. Ferris referred you to. So Alex here is going to talk to you about the background information of the condition that you're diagnosed with.
Okay, sounds good.
Hi, TJ. So schizophrenia approximately affects 1% of the world's population, and it includes symptoms related to thought and memory, speech, motor control, and behavior. And the term literally means split mind, but I want you to understand that that doesn't refer to having a split personality or multiple personality disorder, but instead it refers to a break in one's reality caused by the disorganization of functions of the mind. And you're 21, correct?
I am, yeah.
So symptoms of schizophrenia typically begin in late adolescence or early adulthood. So that makes sense where you're starting to acquire these symptoms now. And because it's associated with atypical prenatal development. And there's a wide range of causes for this disorder, and including genetics, brain chemistry abnormalities, substance use, and environmental factors. And there's just abnormalities in the neurotransmitters of dopamine and glutamate, which Sydney will further explain to you.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of curious about the different brain parts involved in schizophrenia. Um, yeah.
Yes, so I feel like a video might be able to show that a little bit better. So I'm just gonna have a video for you here that you can watch, and then I'll explain further after.
Awesome. Sounds good.
A person who has been diagnosed with schizophrenia has brain damage to the frontal lobes. This causes decreased activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in decision making, judgment, forethought, attention, and impulse control. They also might be experiencing increased glutamate activity, which may be involved in the development of schizophrenia, particularly the negative and cognitive symptoms. The mesolimbic pathway, which begins in the ventral tegmental area and ends in the nucleus accumbens and amygdala, is more likely to be involved in the positive symptoms. A schizophrenic person will also have enlarged cerebral ventricles as shown in these MRI scans.
So TJ, after I just showed you this video, let me just briefly just describe a little bit what was going on in it. So there are a number of key brain systems that are associated with schizophrenia, most importantly, the prefrontal and medial temporal lobes, which are involved in working memory and declarative memory. So ultimately, you're experiencing brain damage to the frontal lobes. This causes decreased activity in the prefrontal cortex, which is involved in decision-making, judgment, forethought, attention, and impulse control. So these are the parts of the brain that are affected by schizophrenia, as well as the negative symptoms. And now Alex will explain the positive symptoms. So the mesolimbic pathway, which begins in the ventral tegmental area and ends in the nucleus accumbens and the amygdala, is more likely to be involved in positive symptoms. And positive symptoms include thought disorders, delusions, and hallucinations. And I know you've been experiencing many of those, and you've been experiencing delusions of persecution and delusions of control, which are basically just false beliefs that others are following them, plotting against them, or that you believe that someone's controlling your mind and controlling your actions. And I heard from Dr. Ferris that you've also been having hallucinations. And hallucinations for schizophrenia don't necessarily have to be visual hallucinations, but also just consisting of voices inside of your head, which I know that's the main problem that you've been struggling with and having. Okay, TJ, so even though there isn't a cure right now for schizophrenia, there are some medicines that can make it more manageable, such as fluphenazine. So we'll contact Dr. Ferris so she can write you a prescription.
Okay, awesome. Thank you very much, guys.
Of course. You're welcome.